Well, the power has gone out, so I figure I may as well shoot a video. Earlier this week, I spoke to the Charlotte City Council, arguing with several other people in favor of increasing funding for bike lanes. The reason for that was because, based on some numbers that I've run, I think that on just road maintenance costs, so not capital, not health benefits or anything like that, just road maintenance costs, saved from converting even just a percentage of vehicle miles traveled in Charlotte from car to bike, we could save between $800,000 and $600,000 a year. Another commenter also noted, poked some holes in the roads first plan, stating that, well, if we add additional lanes, if that was going to work, actually, Atlanta and Los Angeles would be fantastic places to drive in. Of course, Los Angeles is not. It's notorious for traffic. If you want to see what overbuilding capacity gets you, it gets you Los Angeles. Until they started making some decisions to try and put more on transit. Before I go into that, I just want to get to my point. Roads First is a very popular pinata for urbanists here in Charlotte, and it's easy to see why. When we hear that, we hear one more lane. But I do want to inject some nuance in that, because the majority of Charlotteans do drive, and if we do hit the objectives of the 2040 mobility plan, half of vehicle miles in Charlotte will still be taken by vehicle. And Roads First does not have to mean roads widening. If you've taken a look at some of the details of the plan, Tariq Bakari had posted an infographic that included things like improvements for bike lanes, bus rapid transit, sidewalks, all things that I think we do desperately need and could help us to convert more trips from cars to cycles or to taking bus rapid transit, you name it. And objectively, I think we need to admit that Charlotte's roads are completely atrocious. Many of them are in a state of complete disrepair with potholes. It's crummy. You walk around, it's hard to deny it. And this is true of our sidewalk network and large parts of our bicycle network. Something else I would note on a safety perspective: reflective paint, lighting. If you drive around at night, especially on a stormy day like this one, you're going to have a hard time noticing the lane lines and other pieces of infrastructure. And I got a taste of this when I first moved here. It was early November 2021. I'm at the tail end of a 30-hour drive over from Arizona, and I have to get off at Nations Ford coming up the 77 after sitting in horrific traffic that was there because of construction to reach Archdale Drive. And so I'm driving. It's late at night. I've got a couple of birds in the back seat, and all of a sudden this median just comes out of nowhere, and I nearly hit it. I had to stop the car, and I was like, "Whoa!" Well, it's because the lights didn't illuminate the median that's there. There's absolutely nothing there. No reflective paint. No indication that this thing is there. I mean, thankfully it's just grass. If I hit it, it wouldn't have been a big problem. But it's just that was my first taste of the roads in Charlotte. So when we're talking about Roads First, I would encourage people to consider that serious investments are needed in our roadways. A lot of the roads that we do have they've hit the end of their useful life. They need to be replaced, and that is of relevance to all road users, not just cars. So that's the nuance that I wanted to inject in that. I'll of course reiterate that I think the city should be making more investments in transit and in cycle infrastructure as well. I think that due to the interest rate environment, we should expect interest rates to go up. So for deferring purchases on that, I wouldn't do that. But I just wanted to inject a little bit of nuance. So have a good one. That's it for me.